But then I say, no, Frasier is definitely the best sitcom.
No, David, shut up. Look at the time. It's the Chainsaw Minute.
I'm David. You can join us every Friday where we see what masterpiece Fujimoto put out.
I'm Jordan, and if you're looking for regular Shonen Flop goodness, then you can find our next episode to hear our full thoughts on Fabricant 100, featuring Kermit the Grog this Monday. Truly one of the most Dami-Mami-filled manga that we have covered, David.
I'd love for our listener to take record and tell us how many times did we say the words Dami-Mami during that recording?
It's true. We do have somebody taking count of how many times we say Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Dude Rocks.
Which I feel is a little unfair because this is the Chainsaw Minute, but I do not care.
We don't say the word minute very much, though.
That is true, which is ironic. No, it is not.
And speaking of listeners, these recordings are open to everyone, so listen in and chat along with us on the Shonen Flop Discord every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time when there's a new chapter out. Just heads up, there is not one next week, Jordan.
Aww.
Womp womp. You can find a link to the Discord in our show notes or on our site. And Jordan, though, what was your devil this week?
Oh, the Medicaid devil, David. Medicaid, it took me like a long-ass time to get back on it. And then and it's entirely due to a clerical error. They wanted information of a job that they thought I had this year, which I had last year. So it took a whole fucking month to get back on it. And then I went to get some medication. And on Friday, when I was put back on it on Thursday, and CVS was like, oh, we don't have your record on here because it has to go through the Medicaid bureaucracy. Then it's got to go through the insurance bureaucracy. Then it's got to go through CVS's shitty system. So finally, yesterday, I got through and I was able to get my medication.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you were able to get your medication, though.
Thank God, yes. How about you, David? What was your devil?
Mine is the invitation devil. My wedding is coming up, and people still don't send their invites. I asked one friend, and he said he will get around to it, despite already booking his flight and hotel room.
Do you mean RSVPs?
Well, actually, some of our invitations got lost in the mail, and some of the returns got lost in the mail. It took 2 weeks for someone who said they sent their invitation for me to get it. The mail system's just kind of fucked right now, buddy, you know?
We're both kind of fucked by government bureaucracy this week, which is certainly going to get better with the looming government shutdown.
Oh, yes. But enough about that. Jordan, the plot summary for...
Chapter 144! Guns! Nails! Katana!
The sequel to Guns, Germs, and Steel.
Guns, Germs, and Steel. Or if you're a Deftones fan, Guns, Lasers, Knives, I think. Yes.
Is that what they sell at the money store? Am I right, kids?
David still has no clue what the fuck that means.
No, and I never will.
That is Death Grips, not Deftones, but, whatever.
Okay, Boomer, but why don't you tell us what happened in this chapter?
What? Excuse me, you mean millennial. Anyway, here's a plot summary. The Chainsaw Man Church has a bunch of guns, which their token boomer says are weapons of light bestowed upon them by Chainsaw Man himself. Special Division 7 responds to this by sending in one agent through the front and one through the back. First one bursts through, and I don't know, she probably like the nail devil. She got nails hammered into her exposed brain. It's pretty cool looking. She quickly nails all the kids to the wall by their clothes, taking them down non-lethally, Popcorn David.
She then asks one kid if he'll put down the gun and pick up a mechanical pencil, which is also the full name of former Vice President Mike Pence. He says sure, and she kills him because that wasn't polite enough. That's how you know it's still a devil baby.
Yeah, it's a devil baby, so why don't you kill me?
Then the token boomer gets mad and transforms into the Justice Devil again, who is quickly becoming the big bad of part 2. He starts attacking her, then what? That's Katana Man's music!
Oh, God!
Katana Man bursts in and slices him into various pieces. Not a million pieces, but multiple ones.
Yes.
Suck it, Oprah.
Oh, yes, a million little pieces.
I knew your reference.
Yeah, sure. That's what I was referencing. Anyway, David, why was this week's chapter 10 out of 10?
Is Chainsaw Man Rules the new Future is Best chant?
I don't think it's as good as Future is Best. I don't know if anything could top Future is Best.
Oh, yeah. When's the Future Devil coming back?
The thing about Future is Best is kind of who was saying it. That was pretty awesome, you know?
The Future Devil's such a fucking troll.
Oh, Future Devil fucking whips. I love the Future Devil. Hope he comes back.
I also love all the jokes about how Nobara has been missing from Jujutsu Kaisen for like a year, so it's like Fujimoto had to take it on himself to bring her into the series.
No idea who that is. Oh, you mean like the main girl, yeah.
With the brown hair.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Exactly. David, it's really interesting how the Justice Devil keeps coming back.
Well, he just lends his power to people. We haven't actually truly seen the Justice Devil.
That's true, but it is interesting how the Justice Devil just keeps looming all over this part, like showing up pretty frequently.
Yeah, well, it is the 8th deadly sin.
That is true. It is the 8th deadly sin.
That's some Shonen Flop lore for you listeners.
Yes. We do have to mention the Justice Devil's heels.
Yes. Speaking of wrestling.
He got them bloody shoes, David.
Yeah, he does.
Some high heels, pretty nice, looking good. But yeah, they mentioned that like they're gonna summon like the big ultra fucking devil to take everything, to like destroy everything from the Nostradamus prediction. You think that might be like the true Justice Devil?
Maybe. It's possible that one of the devils is one of the horsemen, but I don't think so. But it would be interesting.
Yeah, because we've only seen like an aspect of the Death Devil before, right?
We actually haven't seen anything about the Death Devil. The Death Devil is, I don't think, been mentioned.
I think I was getting the Death Devil confused with the Darkness Devil.
Well, they're both primordial devils, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will ever forget the Darkness Devil. Holy shit. Goddamn. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter. I mean, shit, he's got 2 weeks. Those are usually some pretty big fucking chapters. But yeah, David, we got the return of Katana Man.
Yeah, our favorite, our second favorite hybrid that hadn't shown up yet.
Yeah, our first favorite is probably Power. Well, she's not a hybrid.
She's not a hybrid, she's a fiend. Just like do you think that's the Nail Fiend?
Yeah, I think that's probably the Nail Fiend, especially because
it is the name of the chapter, yeah.
Yeah, guns, nails, katanas. I mean, obviously the Gun Devil didn't show up, unless the Gun Devil is who gave them the guns, because Gun Devil does that.
I do think it's quite interesting, though, because they're utilizing guns despite the fact that Denji has literally the person who killed the gun fiend and how the guns have killed a ton of people. It's just very on the nose, showing how blatantly they don't actually care about what Denji's thoughts are.
I mean, they hate adults. Their boss is like a fucking boomer. They hate guns. They're all using it. So, or at least Denji killed the gun fiend. The gun devil and the gun fiend, and they're all holding it. They're all holding guns. So, yeah, that is some cult hypocrisy, David. I cannot believe a fucking cult is being hypocritical. What the fuck?
Yeah, crazy. Also, I do think it's interesting how the Nail Fiend uses a hammer, kind of like how Denji uses his hand axe at the start of part 1.
Yeah,
where it's just casually swinging. Like, I don't really need to use my real powers on this.
Didn't Power use a hammer though?
I think used a mallet. So same idea, but Power fabricated her weapons out of her blood. It wasn't just like a martial. So she still was using her powers to make that weapon.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is not a chapter with a lot of meat on its bones, but yeah, so do you have anything else?
Why do you think the Justice Devil has those high heels?
Because they want to look good in court.
I thought about that too. It would be interesting to look at, like, all the Justice Devils. I feel like each one kind of emphasizes a different part of a body, you know? Like, I feel like the first Justice Devil had more of, like, an arm torso thing. And then the second one, which was, of course, Yuko, had more of an emphasis on the head. And then this one, definitely them legs, David. Them legs.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. So maybe they all have different components of the Justice Devil, and as it dies, it's regaining these pieces back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to seeing the Justice Devil's actual form.
Yeah. Also, we do have to talk a little bit how the Nail Devil just really requires politeness and reverence. You know what I mean? Like, I love how the Nail Devils are, and we're just gonna call her Nail because fucking whatever. Nail.
God, Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I missed it. You can listen to our episode with our very own Dragon Ball Z Abridged Moscow X on our Patreon with our very special episode on Sandland that came out a month ago.
Laughing Fool in currently listening, which, listener, you can do as well.
Yes, listeners can also be listening in.
Listeners can also be listening in while we record them, has pointed out that the Nail Devil has a Cockney accent, which I did not notice.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to bring that up.
She says, why, they're almost all only moppets.
You what, mate?
Can you make me a promise, dear?
She's Mary Poppins.
I wonder if that accent was in the Japanese version too, or they did that to reflect some kind of equivalence.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that they're talking very formally, and usually they use British accents to represent, like, poshness.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, like, Power did that too, but they just kind of made her speak, like, old-timey, sort of. I feel like this is a little bit different. It would be interesting to hear a Japanese with a British accent.
God, I do wonder what that would be like.
that absolutely exists. I'd love to hear it.
When I'm in Japan next year for my honeymoon, I'll try and go to the British Embassy in Tokyo and see how they greet me.
Oh my god. Konnichiwa.
Konnichi, what, mate?
Konnichiwa.
You having a giggle there?
Arigato. That might be more Australian.
All right, Jordan, that's all the time we have for today. I want to say thank you so much for all of your hard work on the show.
Thank you so much for your hard work on the show, putting it together, editing. You're the best, David. I love you.
Anytime, babe. You can find us on Twitter at Shonen Flopcast, our website, shonenflop.com. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcasts. Props to Shannon for awesome cover art. Find her online at illuminyatea. As a reminder, join us every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. And reminder, there is not a chapter next week. You can find a link to our Discord on the show notes or on our site, shonenflop.com. Stay tuned for Monday as we give our full thoughts on Fabricant 100 featuring Kermit the Grog this Monday.
David, I just had a thought. So you know how in JoJo they make Joseph sound American by having him go, "Oh my god," and "Oh no"? What if they make this
he's actually British
it?
and he talks in a British accent in the part 2 dub.
Well, there you go.
But Jordan, what the fuck does that have to do with Rize? We are so close to her coming back. I cannot believe it. Okay, so here is my main
she should
idea.
Be back, yeah.
This is the part where you're supposed to, like, ironically cut me off and say we're out of time.
Oh, keep going.
So here's the thing: is that it looks like Fujimoto is actually having a strategy.
David,
God,
shut the
fucking
fuck
got
up.
me.
David, shut the fuck up. I'm looking at the clock, and I'm sorry, man, but it looks like the Chainsaw Minute's passed.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck, you got me with that.
Hell yeah.